So vlogging can be a super fun way of creating videos, but it also can be kind of overwhelming if you don't know what lens to pair with your Sony camera. So in today's video, we're gonna highlight a handful of great lenses that vloggers can use, and we'll even order them from their most budget kind of options all the way up to some of their higher end vlogging lenses, so you can pick the right lens for you.
You gotta just press record.
Today's video is sponsored by Storyblocks, but we'll talk about them a little bit more later. So the first lens on our list is the Viltrox 20mm f2.8 lens. So this lens only costs $176 at the time of recording this video, which is by far the cheapest lens on our list that you can purchase in new condition. Now, even though this lens is so cheap, you're really not sacrificing image quality all that much. I still think the image looks beautiful, not only for just vlogging, but I work this lens into my standard YouTube videos as a talking head style lens in my studio all the time. I think this is a great option for beginners. What's crazy is this lens is actually a full frame lens. So I'm currently vlogging on my Sony FX3, or if you want to use it on APS-C lenses, you could do that as well. But there is gonna be a crop factor, so it's gonna give you a field of view more like a 30mm field of view. So that's gonna be a little bit too tight if you're on APS-C cameras for vlogging. So just something you wanna be aware of. This is typically a better vlogging lens for the full frame format. Overall though, I think the price to performance ratio for this lens is just unbeatable. $176 gets you really good image quality. It's a very nice vlog lens, and it's so cheap as an entry point. $176 for this image quality is really hard to beat. Now the next lens on our list is this Youngnuo 11mm f1.8 lens. Now Youngnuo is just a third-party lens manufacturer, and this lens is actually really solid because first and foremost, it's only $298 for that super wide lens. It's designed for the APS-C format, which reminds me a lot of what Sony did with their 11mm f1.8 prime lens for APS-C cameras. But that lens was like $500 or so, and this lens is almost half the price at just under $300. So you're getting a way more affordable lens and still getting that nice wide field of view at 11mm. And what's cool about it is I even actually tried this on some of my full frame cameras as well. And while there is some pretty big distortion around the edges when you use it with a full frame camera, it is kind of a cool effect. So you can try it, and it will look a little funky, and there'll be some vignetting even in the corners too, but something that's kind of cool. And I actually like the way it looks with the full frame camera as well. Now there's no built-in lens stabilization with this lens, but typically that's not really something you need to worry about with super wide angle lenses like this. Those wide angle lenses tend to minimize any micro jitters that you might get when you're vlogging or moving around like that. So don't worry about that too much with lenses that are super wide angle and don't have lens stabilization built into the lens. It's really not anything you need to worry about, and that's the case with this lens right here. There's actually even an option to buy this lens with a wireless focus control system. So it's like this really weird wireless focus system that lets you wirelessly obviously focus the camera. And sometimes you can actually get just the lens for the same price as getting the lens and the wireless focus control unit. So that's super interesting. If you, at the time you're watching this, if they're available for the same price, might as well just get the focus control unit too and try it out and see if you like it. I think it's kind of weird. It's not something I really use, but you could try it out, especially if it's the same price. Overall, I think the image quality of this lens is really good, and it's comparable to the Sony 11mm. I think it gets you about 90% of the way there of what that lens does. So if you want to save yourself some money, check out this Youngnuo lens. Now the next lens on our list is the Sony 16-50mm f3.5 to 5.6 kit lens. So this is actually the brand new kit lens that ships with a camera like the Sony ZV-E10 II. So if you purchase that camera as a bundle with this lens actually only costs $100. So that's the most cost-effective way to get this brand new kit lens. Now, if you want to purchase this just on its own, it is going to cost you $298 brand new. So that is a little bit up there in terms of what a kit lens would cost you. But what's cool about this lens is that there's also a version 1 of this lens that's a 16-50 that's been out for quite a while. And I've compared them in terms of image quality, and to me, they're actually almost exactly the same. So you could save yourself a lot of money by going for a used version of the 16-50 version 1 on something like eBay or Facebook Marketplace. They go for as cheap as like $85. So you can get yourself a really affordable lens that actually is still gonna get pretty good performance. Some benefits of this lens is that at 16mm, it's definitely wide enough for vlogging. Like I have no issues worrying about my field of view or it being too close to me or too tight. If I just stick my arm out right here, it's totally fine to get that wide composition that I would need as a vlogger. This lens also has built-in lens stabilization. So that's gonna be so nice for not having to turn on like active steady shot stabilization, which crops into your image. This lens has that built-in stabilization to get you those steady, smooth vlogging shots wherever you go. This is also the only lens on our list that features a power zoom function. So I can actually take my camera right now and zoom in with the lens and zoom in nice and tight. Look at this. We've got a nice underexposed shot of my mouth. Look at that, what a wonderful thing. We'll kind of just zoom back out. Okay, anyways, it is a variable aperture zoom though. So when you zoom in, you do lose light. As you can see, I was properly exposed and now I'm a little bit underexposed, and then you zoom back out. So that's just something you wanna know. When you do zoom in, you are gonna lose light with this lens. I do think this is a really good beginner lens, especially for those of you interested in the Sony ZV-E10 II. I really do encourage you to buy this as a bundle so you get the lens only for $100 because it is a really good starter lens. So the next lens on our list is the Sony 28-70 f3.5 to 5.6 kit lens. So this is actually the kit lens that has shipped with all of Sony's sort of full frame cameras dating all the way back to the original Sony A7. So this lens has been around for such a long time. And while this lens still does retail for about $400 brand new, that's actually really not the case because it's really easy to get this lens in used condition, but still like new condition, because a lot of people don't even use this lens and then they go to sell it for almost like $100, all the way up to maybe $200 at most. I purchased the lens that I'm actually filming on right now for $100 off of Facebook Marketplace. And you can find these all day long for like $100, $138, things like that on eBay or Craigslist. So this is a really affordable lens if you can pick it up used. So don't buy it new for $400. Try to get a used option, and we'll link some options to that down in the description below. Now, one of the challenges you might face with this lens is the fact that 28mm is a little bit tight for vlogging. So I am kind of extending my arm pretty far out here on the GorillaPod for this vlogging situation. But the beauty about this lens is that it actually has built-in image stabilization. It's optical steady shot, OSS, to the lens. This means that you don't have to turn on active steady shot inside of these Sony cameras, which then crops into your image a little bit for that digital stabilization. Like some of these other lenses, you really do need to turn that on in the camera to get more stable footage for vlogging, but you don't have to do that with this lens. Like I'm walking around right now and the image is actually pretty stable just because of the built-in lens stabilization that this lens has. So that's gonna make it a way more viable option for vlogging and maintaining a nice wide field of view. This lens will also provide you with the widest zoom range that we have on our list today. So it's a 28-70mm zoom range. So that's gonna get you that nice balance of like wider type shots as well as some tighter shots if you want to zoom in. And if you're a vlogger who likes to like showcase your environment, not just yourself, right? You want to like push the camera out and face the world and get shots of your environment. This is going to be a great option to get you a balance of different types of compositions with this nice zoom range. So overall, honestly, I actually like this lens, and I often make fun of this lens because I call it the most hated lens in America, because every YouTuber or vlogger or content creator is gonna tell you, don't waste your money on the Sony kit lenses, they're no good. And I get that. I mean, there's a lot of better glass out there that you can use for your content creation purposes. But honestly, if you can pick this up used for about $100, $120, I think it's a super viable option for beginner vloggers and content creators. Now, before we get into the rest of these lenses, I want to take a second to talk about the sponsor of this video, Storyblocks. Storyblocks gives you unlimited access to a massive library of high quality stock assets, all for one predictable subscription cost. They have amazing 4K and 1080p footage. They got motion graphics, music, sound effects, and much more. I've personally been using Storyblocks for about 8 years to fill in all of the missing pieces for my videos when I don't have time to go out and shoot B-roll. Creators are going to love Storyblocks when it comes time to find assets for their videos, or even creating some super compelling sound designs with all of the great sound effects they have. Storyblocks is also making a point to highlight real artists' work, capturing stories and emotions from real creators and talent that AI just can't replicate. If you're ready to give Storyblocks a try, you can visit storyblocks.com/thinkmedia or visit the link down in the description. Now, the next lens on our list is the Sigma 16mm f1.4 lens. Now, this lens is actually our #1 selling affiliate lens on our Think Media channel. So all that means is that our community is loving this lens, and it solves a lot of different problems for the different creators in our community. Now, the image quality of this lens, it just looks absolutely beautiful. It's gonna give you such a nice soft looking background and just separate you from the background really well. And that 1.4 aperture is gonna let in a ton of light. So it's a great lens for vlogging scene or creating content in lower light situations. Now this lens does come at a pretty hefty price point for that beautiful image quality. It's usually around $400 to $450 depending on when you try to purchase, but it almost always goes on sale around Black Friday or Amazon Prime days. So I'd encourage you to wait for a sale when it's around $400 or even cheaper. Now the only real con with this lens is the fact that this lens does not have lens stabilization. So for those of you who like to get really smooth footage and you like to be really active for your vlogs, so you're walking around a lot, you're moving the camera a lot, this lens does get a little bit shaky unless you have a camera that has IBIS, so in-body image stabilization. If your camera doesn't have that feature, you might run into some issues sometimes with your footage looking a little bit too shaky. Or you could always try to put your camera into active steady shot mode, which is digital stabilization. But when you do that, you're gonna get a little crop that's added to your image, and then your 16mm field of view might end up being a little bit too tight. So just something you wanna be aware of. So now the last couple lenses that we'll talk about are from Sony, and they are the 20mm and 16mm f1.8G lenses. So these are more premium glass that you're able to pick up for dedicated vlogging needs. Now the 20mm in particular is one that I use for all sorts of purposes. It's actually my most common lens that I reach for my YouTube talking head videos because I'm in a more compact loft studio space. Now when you compare this to the Viltrox 20mm lens, you'll see that this one has a lot more depth of field because of that 1.8 aperture. So that's gonna let in some more light for lower light vlogging situations, but also separate yourself from the background a little bit more and just make your background look a little bit more blurry than it would at an aperture of 2.8, which is what the Viltrox's maximum aperture value would be. And then looking at the 16mm option as well, that's gonna give you that wider field of view. And this is a really new lens from Sony that's just been released in the last couple months. There's no way you're really gonna be able to pick up a used variant of this lens, so it is gonna cost you the full $800 for a 16mm prime. And basically for me, a 16mm lens really would only be used for vlogging. So I can't really justify picking up an $800 lens just to vlog when there's all of these other options on the list that I think actually do a pretty good job as well. But I do like the 16 if you want the best of the best image quality. Now, a couple of quick lenses I did wanna mention as honorable mention lenses that I don't currently have, but our team has had over the years would first be the Viltrox 16mm f1.8 lens. So this is gonna be a more affordable option for a more premium version of a 16mm lens. So this is gonna be a full frame lens, super wide angle, beautiful depth of field with the 1.8 aperture, and it's gonna feel like a really professional lens at a lower price point. Now, it's still a little bit expensive at $580, I believe, at the time of recording this video, but that is significantly cheaper than Sony's brand new 16mm f1.8 version. So if you want a premium 16mm for the full frame format, check out the Viltrox 16. And then the second honorable mention would be the Sigma 10 to 18mm f2.8 lens. So this is for you APS-C shooters out there. If you've got a crop sensor camera and you want a really nice wide zoom lens to get a little bit of varied composition with that zoom, this is a great option for you. It's gonna give you that constant 2.8 aperture. So some of the other zoom lenses on our list, they don't have a constant aperture. So when you zoom in, you lose a bunch of light. So that's the benefit of going with a lens like this. But because of that constant aperture, you will pay a premium price for about $650. But it is a really well-built lens. If you do want to check it out, we'll link it down in the description. Now, out of all of these lenses, if I had to choose one for a beginner vlogger, it would actually be this one right here, the Viltrox 20mm f2.8 lens. I just think that for the price, it's really unbeatable. $176 gets you a beautiful looking lens that you can use not only for vlogging, but for a lot of content creation purposes. If you do have an APS-C camera though, so a crop sensor body, you might want to look at a wider option like the Youngnuo 11mm lens or even the Sony 16 to 50 kit lens. Those might be some better options for you APS-C shooters. And if you want to check out a list of some of our favorite Sony cameras for beginners, you can click or tap the screen right here to check out that video, and we'll see you in the next one.